Good morning and welcome back to the second hour of LoveBabz, Love Talk. I'm Babz Rawls-Ivy. I'm delighted to welcome back, hey, Maurice Harris from the Schwarzman Center. Maurice is the director of marketing and communications,
That's exactly right. Thank you,
and,
Babs.
and a musician, a well-known musician in his own right too. So,
Thank you for that.
how
Yes,
are
I'm
you
so
today?
so happy to be here. So glad that you invited me to come back. We're excited about
Absolutely.
everything that's going on this summer. So
I
yeah,
listen. The well is going to be open this summer. I hear. Is that the news on the street?
that's the word on the street, and I'm making it official now. So I just kind of want to explain and give some context here. So with the Schwarzman Center being a part of Yale University, while the center is open to the public, many of our activities and our programs they tend to flow with the academic year, such as the bulk of our artistic programming, as you know, the hours of our dining platforms in the underground, Elm and Ivy, that folks tend to pop in and grab a bite to eat, including the hours of our pub, The Well, which, as you may know, was open during the academic year. It was open
Hmm.
Wednesdays through Fridays from 5 p.m. to 11 p.m. And over the past 2 years since it's open, it's become a really popular spot to gather before or after our programs on those nights. So now we're in the summer kind of rhythm. We're gearing up for our next season launch, but we wanted to keep the momentum that had grown around the well, during the summer and going into our next season. So we are, as the word on the street has it, we'll be hosting a few pop-up events and what we're calling our Summer at the Well series. And the first of those events is going to be on June 27th, featuring the Alyssa Chetrick Quartet.
Mm. And so what's their music? What are they, what's their sound?
Right. So the Alyssa Chetrick Quartet on that night, they're going to be doing a selection of jazz fusion with calypso and reggae. And the calypso and
Oh,
reggae piece is a very intentional choice. We'll be celebrating Caribbean American Heritage Month, and so that was a very intentional choice by the group. So folks will be able to enjoy the live music. Alyssa Chetrick Quartet is going to be doing two different sets. So two set earlier in the evening and a set later in the evening. So we'll have the live music, we'll have wine, beer, and our signature fare.
yeah. It's a cool space, Maurice. I love when I'm down there. I love when I get to cozy up to the bar, you know.
Good.
And I love the way
Yeah.
that you could just hang out with people in that space. So what made you decide to want to do a summer signature pop-up kind of vibe thing?
Yeah, again, it's with the momentum that we built through the academic year, we wanted to see if we could maintain a little bit of that. We are, of course, gearing up for our season launch, and mark your calendars now because the next season launch announcement will be on August 29th. But
Hmm.
again, over the summer, we definitely wanted to give folks that option to come down and chill out in the well. So it's going to be, that series of monthly chill nights with the live music and the drinks and socializing, and just I think it'll be a lot of fun. So
And so how many pop-ups do you think you're going to do?
we're going to do three pop-ups. And I don't want to give it all away, but I will tell you a little bit about what we've got coming up. So I told you about June 27th with Alyssa Chetrick Quartet. On June 25th, we're planning for a night of bluegrass with
Oh,
a band called Audrey May. So be sure to come down and check that out. It's a very different, and that's a sort of the theme of if you can call it a theme for Summer at the Well, is that each one will be very different. And there will be a third Summer at the Well event on August 22nd, but you'll definitely have to tune in for details. And so this will be my shameless plug. If you are not already subscribed to the Schwarzman Center's email blast, to go out to schwarzman.yale.edu and sign up for all the details on these upcoming events.
I love it. And so I imagine that each pop-up you'll announce, or would you just put them in
Yes.
one big kind of email
Yes, yeah. So
letter?
right. So rather than giving away the whole surprise at once, we wanted to make these a little kind of in the know. Sign up, get in the know, and be sure to register as soon as these come around. And I will make a side note here. So registration is actually not required for these events, but if you register for Summer at the Well, you do actually get a combo deal. So we are offering Bavarian pretzel bites with a choice of Deal Pinot Gris or Devil's Purse Kolsch for
Mm.
only 11.99. And For those who have been to the
Listen,
well, they know that our prices are already
that's
quite,
what I was going to say, Maurice. Whether
yes,
you get the deal or not, you're not going to be broke going to the
can't lose.
well. It's not
Right.
like going to some other places around where a glass of wine is, expensive.
Agreed. Yeah, our drink prices usually start around $5. And yeah, and they go up from there. But yeah, I think, this food and drink deal is a great bargain for a fun night and some amazing music with a very talented quartet.
Now, will people be able to access because it's a food thing down there too, like it's a food court kind of vibe. Not in the well itself, but before you get in the well, will that be open too? People could get bites or no?
No, not during the summer. So we're on a summer schedule for the underground, and I'm glad you asked. So the underground is actually it actually closes at 3 p.m. Monday through Fridays during the summer. So unfortunately, the
Okay.
underground, stay tuned for us to announce when we will reopen for our fall and spring season during the academic year, those fall and spring hours. But yeah, during the summer, the underground will be on summer hours, but we will certainly still have a nice selection of bites in the well for uh, yeah, for summer at the well.
Okay. Because when you drink a little something, you want to eat a little something.
Uh, don't you though? And so just to give you a taste of the menu here, if you're not already drooling thinking about it, we have our tortilla chips and salsa roja,
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
wok-fired Thai chili peanuts, which is one of my personal favorites. The Bavarian pretzel bites, which, as I mentioned, you get a deal on. And those Bavarian pretzel bites, they include beer mustard dip, sea salt, and olive oil. So delicious. And chocolate bark may also be on the menu. So some of these things are subject to seasonal changes, but that's just a
So
sampling.
so this is not just like your usual typical pub fare. Like this is a little elevated.
Is it?
I
Maybe
feel like
maybe
it
I'm a
is a
little
little bit.
spoiled. Maybe I'm a little spoiled here, but I think I've got
I dig it. I mean, I dig it. I mean, it's just enough to nosh
it's
to
good.
go with with your sip. That's
It's
just enough.
good. It's good. Yale hospitality, they really sort of knock the ball out of the park when it comes to the fare. So it's absolutely delicious.
So how many people can be in the well?
It's around 99 folks. And so, as with any, establishment, of course, it's going to be capacity limited, but don't just, I would certainly encourage you to come on down. When that place is full, it is popping. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
You've seen it firsthand, Babz, and you know that it's always comfortable. I imagine since we will be open at 5 to 11 p.m. that evening, folks are coming and showing up at 5 and then staying all the way through 11, that folks will be kind of in and out. They'll socialize on their own schedules. I would encourage anyone who's planning to visit that night to do that, to plan on doing that. Come down, socialize, have a great time on your own schedule. The Alyssa Chetrick trio or quartet, excuse me, as I mentioned earlier, will be playing two sets. So they'll have an early set, I think around 6 p.m., and then a later set around, I believe, 8 or 9 p.m. So there will be a couple of opportunities for folks who come in earlier, folks who come in a little later to experience the music if that's the primary reason that they're coming down.
Now, have you had people perform in the well? Because I
Yeah,
have not seen a performance in the well, but I've hung out and partied,
right, right. And
the
when I
well.
say when I say performance, think of pub vibe. So this
Hmm.
isn't a sort of seated program where we're expecting rapt attention and applause. I think this is going to be music that keeps people moving, keeps people in the spirit of, in this case, Caribbean Heritage, American Heritage Month, which I think is wonderful. And just to kind of to create some enlivenment, some vibe to go along with the conversation and the food and drink.
Mm. All right, so I got to ask you, can you peep me a little bit of the upcoming season? Like, can you drop some hints?
Sadly, no. But
Okay,
but I
see,
but I'm
see,
not gonna leave
Maurice,
you, but I'm
see?
not gonna leave you hanging there, but I'm not gonna leave you hanging there. What I do have for you is a list of we have actually a handful of things going on during the summer. So I did say earlier that the bulk of our programming happens during the academic year, but that's the bulk. That is kind of our main season, our major season. Even throughout the summer, we have several partnerships and programs that are happening here. So if you don't mind, I'll actually just kind of run you through the calendar of our
Yeah.
summer. So June 6th, tomorrow at 7:30 p.m., we have Elm Shakespeare Company in partnership with the Schwarzman Center, and they will be presenting Lisa Volpe's Shakespeare and the Alchemy of Gender. So
Yes, I know about this because I had Miss Goodhart on who did
nice.
Will, the Women of Will, and she talked about this piece that they were so glad to and happy to partner with the Schwartzman Center on this particular production and doing it in the dome. And I was like, well, you'll love it because it's pretty up there.
Yeah, and I'm really excited that that's taking place right here in the Dome. So go online, register for that. Again, that's tomorrow, June 6th at 7:30 p.m. Then on Sunday, June 16th at 11 a.m., this will actually be that will be the first of two summer installments of our community dance class series called Everybody Dances at Yale Schwarzman Center. So those are typically held, again, during the academic year on various Sundays. So we are going to have this first of these two on Sunday, June 16th at 11 a.m. On that day, everybody dances with Dr. Hanan Hameen.
Oh,
And
we love her.
you may know that name. So
I know her and her father. You know, her father is the great Jesse Hameen, who is, world famous musician.
yes, absolutely. There you go. And so she will be here. I will have plenty of information on the Schwarzman Center website. Again, schwarzman.yale.edu as soon as registration opens for that, as well as the description of the actual dance style that she's going to be teaching for that. But for those who don't already know, and I don't know how you wouldn't already know at least a little something about Dr. Hanan Hameen, that she is one of the founders of the Artsication Academy Network,
Mm-hmm.
creator of their curriculum. She's part of the Juneteenth Coalition here for Greater New Haven. So her work is at the intersection of art and social justice, which is amazing and we love. So we're expecting to dance with her on Sunday, June 16th.
I like that. I like that a lot. And do these cost before you go to the next thing? Is it free?
Free.
Okay.
Free. So Shakespeare and the Alchemy of Gender, that is an Elm Shakespeare company program, again, in partnership with the Schwarzman Center. So there is a ticket cost for that. Again, the details for that are listed on the site, as well as the registration. Everybody Dances at Yale Schwarzman Center is a free community dance class. So anyone can sign up and show up for that in the Schwarzman Center Dance Studio on our lower level. Then that gets us to June 21 to 23, when the International Festival of Arts and Ideas, in partnership with the Schwarzman Center, will be presenting the Seven Fingers Dual Reality at the University Theater. So that won't happen at the Schwarzman Center, but that's something that we are doing in partnership with the International Festival of Arts and Ideas. And again,
That
that's
sounds interesting. Tell me a little bit more. Can you tell me a little bit more about that?
I can. So the Seven Fingers. So I'm gonna just read a little bit of the description that Arts and Ideas has posted on their website. They say, all's fair in love and war. You won't want to miss this exhilarating performance with Montreal's renowned arts collective, the Seven Fingers in Dual Reality. They combine acrobatics, theater, dance, multimedia, music, and storytelling, and present human stories with superhuman skills. So yeah, I think Romeo and Juliet, but a certain version of that. And that's Seven Fingers Dual Reality.
Oh, I love it.
Checking out. And again, ticket information. There is a ticket cost for that, but ticket information again is available on the website. As part of that, that actually takes us to June 23rd. So prior to their June 23rd performance, so the run of shows is June 21 to 23, and prior to their June 23 performance, folks can come out from 3:30 p.m. to 6:30 p.m. to experience something that we're calling the realities of dual reality with the Seven Fingers. And that program, it's more of a workshop format, and that's going to be a window into the rehearsal process for dual reality with an opportunity for Q&A with members of the Seven Fingers company. So regardless of whether you get that ticket to Dual Reality, definitely coming out to University, sign up and come out to University Theater for the realities of Dual Reality with the Seven Fingers. That gets us then to June 25th at 10 a.m. for another installment, our second summer installment of Everybody Dances. So this one will be with Contratiempo. And Contratiempo, as you know, is also in this year's Arts and Ideas lineup.
Yeah.
So excited that they're going to be here at the Schwarzman Center Dance Studio on June 25th at 10 a.m. for public dance class.
Maurice, this seems like a lot of summer.
Does it though? But to be honest, Babz, as you know firsthand, because you came out to so many of the Schwarzman programs that happened
I
during
loved
the
everything,
spring
just
season,
about. I loved
this is
every single thing.
this is our rhythm. I think this is how we roll. We just really enjoy these opportunities to be able to produce, especially in partnership with our community partners. So it sounds like a busy summer. I think it still feels a little more relaxed than the school year. Things are a bit quieter around the building. So I think it's a great time to come on out and check out the exhibitions that we have in our gallery spaces. We have the view from here, which is the collaboration with the Yale Center for British Art, Lynn's Media Lab, where we have a collection of photography on display by Greater New Haven public high school and community college students in
Oh,
in two of our galleries. So our lower level gallery outside the Well Gallery, as well as the gallery outside the President's Room, which we call the President's Gallery. And then on the upper level at the Dome, and just outside the Dome, we have the Dome Gallery, and on display there is a graphic design installation where the walls there have been completely transformed with braids. And that was
you
done
said
by
braids?
braids, African braids. And that piece is by Nancy Kalelo Mutiti. She is the head of the graphic design program at the Yale School of Art and an esteemed graphic design artist in her own right. And so she's created this amazing work that has just transformed the walls of the Dome Gallery just before
Oh,
you.
I have to. Now, are these art installations new? Because I don't recall seeing any art hanging anywhere except for the rendition of stuff in that
They
before you get to the
are,
well.
yes, they are, yes. So as part of the activation of our spaces, as we like to call it, that did include the activation of these the spaces outside the well, outside these large sort of gallery-esque spaces outside the well, outside the President's Room, outside the Dome, that were in fact always intentioned, always purposed to be galleries. For us, it was a matter of thinking through how sort of best to use these spaces, how to create sort of a flexible format for installations. And so our bookings and exhibitions manager has come up with these really wonderful and creative sort of ideas for the spaces, which includes the installation with the view from here. And then in collaboration with our associate artistic director and our partnership with the Yale School of Art, the installation of Nancy's work outside the Dome in the Dome Gallery.
Oh, I love it. So now, do these art installations have their own times for viewing, or whenever the space is open, people can go and check these out?
Whenever the space is open, people can go and check these out, can go and check them out. Right now, the best thing to do is to plan ahead for your visit. So if you'd like to visit the Schwarzman Center, check out our open hours on our website and then send a quick email. The email address is listed there, but I'll say it here. It's ysc.info@yale.edu. So YSC for Yale Schwarzman Center.info@yale.edu. And then we can schedule a time where we have a member of our team meet with you and let you into the space, and you can peruse at your leisure the exhibitions with or without a guide.
I want to check this out. I want to see what it looks like as a gallery space, because I know how expansive the walls are and how beautiful the space is. But I want to see it with artwork in all these three places. So yeah.
And hopefully you'll be impressed. I think the quality of the printing. So imagine printing on the walls as opposed to free hanging pieces, actual
Wow.
walls. And the quality of the printing is just incredible. And so I think it is certainly worth checking out. And our kudos to the students, the high school and community college students who created the majority of the work that's on display now.
And so the gallery space would just have art. You'll just keep running art in there, or is that the idea, to use those gallery spaces to showcase and highlight all kinds of stuff?
The intention is to continue to highlight all kinds of stuff in those galleries. I will be able to give further details on the schedule when we launch our season. So when we talk about our season launch announcement, I may have further details on what's up next in those spaces as well.
Okay, so I'm looking for. So last year, the season launched, you had a whole band, right? Like at a.
Did. So what you were referring to our spring launch. So we like to do not just one party, but two nice celebrations during the year. So we have our fall launch, which coincides with the start of fall semester at the university. And then we do another launch in the spring, which coincides with the beginning of our spring semester. And the event that you're referring to, Babz, was our last spring launch, and we are hoping to
Mm-hmm.
do something very similar this coming year, where we invited folks into Commons to have lunch in Commons and to see a sampling of student works, actually student performers that performed at various times during the day in Commons, which was really exciting. And at one point, you are right, we had a band, we had cheer squad, we had a guitarist and vocalist. We had so many wonderful student performances in that space. For our fall gathering, we are planning on an event in the underground. So
Okay.
may not be familiar with that space. That'll give them an opportunity to see the only space in the Schwarzman Center that actually has a proscenium stage. So as you know,
Mm-hmm.
we have all these flexible performance spaces, but only one stage throughout the entire building. And you'll get an opportunity to see that stage. And Jennifer and Rachel will announce our season lineup from that stage. And there, of course, will be.
I'm looking forward to it because if it's anything like last year, I saw so many cool things. Uh, and I talk about it all the time. I said, they have the ability to bring in so much eclectic artistic collabs that, some of these folk, the people that you bring in are so noted in the international world that you bring them here that we get to, see their talent. It's amazing to me.
All over the world, also local artists. I want
Mm-hmm.
to stress that as well. I think, in particular, our Everybody Dances program has been a wonderful way to engage with different styles of dance from dance instructors far and near, particularly here in New Haven. And while I can't tell you what is going to be announced on August 29th, I can tell you that there is going to be just as much variety. So artists nationally, internationally, locally, students, the entire spectrum. And that's something that I think, that I can say that we're very proud of, very pleased to be able to offer here at the Schwarzman Center.
Oh, I love it. So what are you going to do this summer? Are you in town? Do you take some vacation? Do you
I
take
am in
some
town.
downtime?
I'm going to take what we call a staycation. I am not planning any heavy travel this summer. I'm just going to relax and enjoy everything that New Haven has to offer. I'll be taking a little off time in July and again in August. I'll have a few days here and there to just spend in my own hometown.
I love it. So, I got to ask you about music. What are you creating? I know you're creating something.
Oh, I am. And Babz, we would have to book a whole other show to talk about to talk about the music. So I may indeed need to ask you to do that. But yeah, I have been hard at work on a couple of new projects or running simultaneously. Sometimes these projects tend to overlap, but one of them, which I'm especially excited about, we'll be announcing this summer, is a wonderful collection of. I think it's wonderful. Hopefully, the listeners will too, a collection of drum and bass. So if you're not
Oh,
already familiar with that style of electronic music, you'll get to maybe do a little homework and research before I bring what I have to offer to the discography. But yeah, it's a collection of drum and bass. It's an EP, and it was inspired in large part by New Haven's own skateboarding culture.
oh,
Yeah, yeah. And so this is a project that I've been working on for a couple of years now. And it's culminated in this forthcoming release. And then there's another album on the horizon for 2025. But like I said, there's so much to unpack there that we'd have to book another half-hour segment.
Maurice, you are busy. You need some downtime. You need a vacation.
I am pleased to say that I get to do what I love. So being able to be immersed in the arts, whether I'm here at the Schwarzman Center or back home in my studio, I really do enjoy the opportunity to be able to, engage with the arts in this way, and especially in my role at the Schwarzman Center, to be able to sort of create this accessibility for the public, for the community, and to be able to experience the arts and community with others.
And you're coming back. You're coming back to the show in the next week or the week after. I think it's next week to talk about dance.
Yes, so we can talk more intently about what's on for the summer, Everybody Dances and dance-related programs. But absolutely, yeah, happy to come back and talk more in detail about those.
Yes, I still am blown away that Yale has a whole dance studio and that it's well used. And there's so much dance at Yale. I'm like, wait, what?
It is.
I
It
love
is.
it.
Yeah, so that and so that reminder, so from June 25th, for those listeners, viewers who are marking their calendars with all of these dates that I've given, so June 25th, remember that takes us back then to June 27th, which will be Summer at the Well with Alyssa Chetrick. So it brings us full circle.
Oh, I love it. So, if there's a flyer, Maurice, or if you post it up on the Schwarzman Center Facebook page or social media sites, I will share it around because I think that would be a wonderful opportunity for people who have never had the experience of being at the well to come from community to come to the well. And
Absolutely.
it's nice because, school is out kinda, right? It's not the full on, all the students are there. So you can move around a little bit more through the campus and down the streets. So, we love our Yale students. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying we don't love them. Just like, but there's a little exhale when school lets out and, you can,
Totally agree. Totally agree. And like I said, this is a great time for those who haven't already been into the building but are curious about what happens here, what's going on. I think these summer programs and just again shooting us an email to schedule a time to come on in. I think those are great ways to just come in and check it out and see that there is space for you here.
okay. Thank you so much, Maurice, for hanging out with me this morning. I appreciate you.
Thanks for
Is
having
there any last parting words? Even though I can't get any hints about next season, but that's all right.
me.
I'll wait. I can wait. I can wait.
No, no, it's a vault. Next season is in the vault until August 29th. So those won't be my parting words. My parting words will be my best wishes to you, Babz, and my hope that I will see you, especially out here for Summer at the Well or any of our summer programs. And we'll get to meet some new faces for those who are listening who want to come on out. So please head out to schwarzman.yale.edu. Sign up for that great discount on the food and drink combo, and we'll see you soon.
Yes, we shall. I will do my best. I'm interested in the Caribbean celebration because I love that kind of stuff, and I'd be interested in hearing and just getting in the mood for that. So thanks.
Thank you.
All right, enjoy the rest of your day, Maurice. I'll see you out here in these streets.
You too. Bye.
Bye-bye. All right, Harry. Thank you so much. I'm leaving a little bit early, but that's all right. I'm gonna go jump into the day. Thank you all for hanging out. I'll be back tomorrow.